Causes of thermal pollution. Thermal pollution is the phenomenon where emissions from factories, power plants, and automobiles raise the temperature of nearby water bodies. This can lead to several negative effects on aquatic organisms as well as humans who use these resources for drinking or recreation. The major causes of thermal pollution are related to the heat transfer between the atmosphere and a body of water. There are three main ways in which this occurs: conduction, convection, and radiation. In order to reduce thermal pollution, it's important that we understand how these different mechanisms work. Thermal pollution caused by hydropower plants. As hydropower plants create electricity, they also generate thermal pollution. This can be a difficult issue for some who live near the plant because it causes them to spend more on heating their homes in cold months and less during warm ones. The sound of water cascading over a dam is often the first thing that comes to mind when one thinks about hydroelectric power plants. However, these facilities come with some serious environmental impacts, which include thermal pollution and fish population decline in rivers downstream from dams. When heated by sunlight on their surfaces or during operation, hydropower reservoirs can reach temperatures as high as 40 degrees Celsius, leading to an increase in insect populations who require warm bodies of water for breeding reasons. This leads not only to more mosquitoes but also decreases aquatic life within river ecosystems like trout and salmon due to much reduced oxygen levels caused by metabolic processes inside insects themselves, combined with increased organic matter decomposition rates indicated through higher concentrations of CO2 released at night into the atmosphere above the reservoir surface. Thermal pollution caused by nuclear power plants. Nuclear power plants are causing a new type of pollution that is going unnoticed. These plants create thermal pollution, and it's not just the heat from them, it also comes with radioactive waste disposal issues, which means more than 50% of people living near nuclear reactors live in poverty. Proximity to these types of facilities can lead to high rates of asthma-related hospitalizations among children under 5 years old, as well as higher instances of leukemia cases in adults who were exposed while they were kids, because radiation exposure damages DNA strands when cells divide into different tissues or organs throughout their body, and this process continues over time. This has been prevented by implementing strict safety regulations on all nuclear sites. Causes of thermal pollution are hard to understand, but we all need to work together to control these causes. Thermal pollution caused by industries. Every year, industries release billions of gallons of water and other liquids into the environment. This is done in order to keep up with the demand for energy resources that can be created through hydroelectricity or natural gas extraction. However, these chemicals are rarely recycled back into a usable form, so they just stay put wherever they were released from, sometimes destroying entire ecosystems on their way downstream. Thermal pollution refers to when a factory dumps its extra warm cooling fluid in a body of water, which can cause too much heat from concentrated sources, destroying aquatic life with high levels of toxicity, as well as affecting nearby ecosystems because it changes the temperature and pH balance for miles around. Causes of thermal pollution. Thermal pollution caused by nature. One might think thermal pollution would be caused by humans, since they are constantly exploiting natural resources to satisfy their needs while degrading our ecosystem at an alarming rate, but this isn't always true. There may seem to be two causes for each problem, human-created or natural occurring. However, there's no need to jump immediately into blaming humanity, because plants actually contribute too. Polluted rivers and streams are caused by a variety of factors, including natural causes. The most common cause is the thermal pollution that occurs during nature's seasonal cycles when water flows down from higher elevations to lower ones, such as after snow melts in spring or heavy rains fall on mountainsides. This runoff often contains large amounts of soil particles, which can lead to sedimentation downstream near urban areas like New York City, where they clog waterways flowing into harbors. Causes of thermal pollution are important to know so that we can control them. Thermal pollution caused by soil erosion. The flooding that is often associated with soil erosion ruins the ecosystem of rivers and streams. The sediment from eroded soil can make water toxic to aquatic life, causing a chain reaction up the food chain. Soil erosion causes thermal pollution by ruining ecosystems in our waterways, such as rivers and streams, which was confirmed during my research project on this topic earlier today for class. It's so sad. Soil erosion is a common occurrence in mountainous areas. However, when it occurs at an alarming rate, and there is nowhere for the soil to go but down into lower-lying groundwater sources, then this can cause some major problems with river flows downstream, as well as thermal pollution of nearby bodies of water. In order to save our planet for future generations, we need to reduce the causes of thermal pollution. Thermal pollution caused by overpopulation. The thermal pollution from the overcrowding of the population in our cities is a major threat. When you have so many people living together, it becomes harder to regulate heat, and that can cause problems for everyone involved. This problem has become even more pronounced with climate change because now we are having hotter days than usual, which means there's not as much air conditioning going on at night or during other times when the weather heats up like this. The population of the planet has soared in recent years, and with more people come challenges. One such challenge is thermal pollution, which occurs when a human-caused increase in temperature affects water bodies by making them warmer than normal or disrupting their natural flow patterns.